Are you teaching your body to store fat? Most likely. So let's do a little self-test to kind of find out where you're at. So first thing, stand up, kind of flex your abdominal muscles, and maybe cough if you have to. Flex your abdominal muscles and see, can you pinch an inch, or is it more grab a mile? You see, this is really vital because the belly fat, the visceral fat, is the fat that gets stored around our organs. And this is the fat that's associated with cardiovascular disease, diabetes, cancers, the chronic illnesses. It accelerates the aging process, and it's associated with reduced lifespan. Hi, my name is Robert Ridpath, and welcome to my Health Mastery series. So my question is, are you teaching your body to store fat through your lifestyle choices? And what are the lifestyle choices that would promote and encourage your body to store fat? The number one thing is skipping meals. That sends a signal to your body that there's lack of nutrients and lack of food calories coming in. And associated with skipping meals, one of the most vital things you can do to promote fat storage, skip breakfast. Very, very important about this. The other thing is, are you eating too many of the high glycemic, the sugars that spike your blood sugar? And you might be drinking these as well. That's a problem. The sports drinks, the juices, the colas and soft drinks and so on. Very important because again, they spike your blood sugar, and with that your body releases insulin. And remember, this is important. Insulin's a storage hormone. The higher insulin is, the more body fat that you're most likely going to store. So tell me about how you eat meals. Do you eat a single meal, and that is a meal with just carbohydrate? Or do you eat a meal with proteins, fats, phytonutrients, and so on? Because that's going to affect how fast the blood sugar rises and how much insulin is associated with that. And with your meals, do you eat most of your meals early in the day? So are you eating most of your calories early in the day? Or do you eat most of your calories later in the day? And that's the typical pattern. That's kind of an upside down triangle, if you will. That encourages the body to store body fat. So do you overeat? Do you eat 1 or 2 meals a day? Big meals. That encourages the body to store fat as well. Are you eating a lot late at night, or big meals late at night? Because again, that's another great way to stimulate your body to store fat. What about protein? There's a lot of talk in the news about protein, but are you even eating enough? Because if you don't eat enough protein, your body will start to metabolize some of its muscle and slow your metabolic rate. And remember, the primary tissue that burns fat in your body and on your body is your muscle. So if you lose your muscle, you lose your ability to burn fat. So very vital. And tell me, do you eat a lot of fruits and vegetables? These are the plants that are full of all these phytonutrients, and you've most likely heard about them, right? The berries, the greens, and so on. They stimulate your body and accelerate your metabolism. So is your diet low in phytonutrients? And if it is low in fruits and vegetables, then most likely it's going to be high in packaged and processed foods. And those packaged and processed foods are void of the phytonutrients, and they tend to have new to nature molecules that actually slow your metabolism and encourage fat accumulation. So this is really important, that when you choose foods that are rich in phytonutrients. And tell me about your sleep. Did you get the magic 8 hours last night, or was it more like 5 or 6 hours? You see, the research shows that within 1 week you can increase the amount of insulin your body produces with lack of sleep. And again, insulin's a storage hormone. You can increase the amount of stress hormone, the cortisol, and you can increase inflammation in your body. And speaking of stress, tell me about your stress. How are you stressed? Do you have a lot of stress in your life? Do you have strategies and techniques to buffer it? Because stress is really, really good at storing the midsection belly fat. And if that's something you want, keep your stress up. But if you want to get rid of your belly fat, if you want to lose fat overall in your body, and if you just want to feel better, you got to get your stress under control. So sleep and stress are really, really vital. Another aspect with this, are you moving to stimulate your muscles to burn fat? Are you using resistance training which we know breaks down the muscle tissue and accelerates your metabolism, and you get the afterburn effect for the day. So resistance training. And are you using aerobic training? And that is where you exercise for a longer period of time, or you move for a longer period of time, and that teaches the body to burn fat as well. So if you want to burn fat, sit around, work at your computer all day, sit in your car all day. Those are great ways to accumulate body fat. Another really important aspect of this, have you gone on diets? Because when you go on these diets, these weight loss programs, the major tissue that you lose is not fat. That's a misnomer. It's mostly muscle. And again, muscle is the primary tissue where you burn fat from. So it's very important, if you've had some of these incidents in your life where you've gone through weight loss programs, that you try and rebuild your muscle tissue and you activate it with exercise. A couple other really important points. What are the fats like in your diet? Most likely you've heard about these really important fish oils, these omega-3 oils. Is your diet high in saturated fat or trans fats? Those are the fats that can really encourage your body to store more fat. And complementing that, do you take a good multivitamin mineral combination? Because those are the spark plugs that speed up your metabolism. Really, really vital, and something you should take a look at. So these lifestyle choices, right? Because these are choices. How you move, what you eat, how you sleep, how well you manage your stress sends signals to the body to store fat or to burn fat. And this is an evolutionary adaptation that the human body, which is really quite amazing, has adapted to. And if you don't eat foods, it really sends a signal of lack. Lack of calories, lack of rest, lack of recovery, lack of relaxation. Your body tends to hold on to calories when you're in that state. You need to shift over to a state of abundance, where you have abundant calories coming in. And that doesn't mean overeating. That means where you eat small meals throughout the day. That sends the signal to the body that, hey, there's lots of energy coming in. I don't have to store it for a rainy day that never happens. You also need to have abundance of rest to rebuild your body. You need an abundance of relaxation, and so on. So can you shift from a lack to abundance type physiology by changing your lifestyle choices? Really simple, easy to do. The three major components that I look at, I call them the big three. Controlling your blood sugar and insulin, controlling your sleep and sleep issues and sleep debt, and the third one is stress and de-stressing. These I call the big three, and I wrote extensively about these in my new book called TLC, for the Body, Mind, and Soul, addressing the underlying causes of chronic illness. So are there other factors that influence the body and cause it to store fat? Absolutely. You can look at inflammation, allergy, gastrointestinal or gut problems, certain diseases, and toxicity. But that's for another video. Today, you can really focus on the things that you can do to empower yourself. I put all these 15 different items in a chart that you can download from www.healthsynergy.ca. Because we're in Canada, it's a .ca. Go to downloads and it will be right there for you. If you want to burn fat, do the opposite to all the things that are in this chart that we just talked about in this video. Eat breakfast, eat small meals, eat more of your food calories earlier in the day. Take some of those good omega-3 oils, move with and use resistance training, use aerobic activity, de-stress, and go to seminars where you learn how to de-stress. These are the things you need to do to empower yourself. If you want to learn more, go to www.healthsynergy.ca. There are other great exclusive interviews that I've done with many, many different doctors on some incredible topics. There are more of these educational videos, and there's some great articles on health and being well and being vital. My name's Robert Ridpath. This is part of my Health Mastery series. I hope this has served you well, and live with passion and vitality.